It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Rams and the Saints, and it's all up next.
It is always a celebration here in the city of New Orleans, and we are just outside of the French Quarter at the Superdome. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on 10 between the Los Angeles Rams and the New Orleans Saints. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Saints in this matchup, they're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power ranking, so the focus is going to need to be on possession-type throws. Whether they're trying to use their running backs or tight ends a little bit more, the big thing is to make sure the quarterback gets it out of his hands quickly to his receivers, and they hope to gain an advantage that way.
Season is hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by a 3-time Pro Bowler, owner of over 35,000 passing yards in 11 seasons, the veteran Andy Dalton. And some room to maneuver. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's second down. On 2nd and 7, Dalton. The Saints at 7-3 now on the year. And they've been in a great groove. Winners of 7 of their last 10 now on the year.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
The kick by Lutz is good, and the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. Now here comes the Los Angeles offense and the man in charge of it in his 2nd season with the team, 14th overall in what's been an impressive career, Matthew Stafford.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. His throw incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Stafford will get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 38-yard line. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 3-0 after 1 on EA. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. They'll try and run for this with Akers. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
4th down, and we go from one Matt to another. Stafford heads off. Matt Gay gets set for the Rams field goal. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. Here's Jarvis Landry now on the return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Steps away. That would complete downfield to Thomas. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. Play action now, Dalton. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. So Dalton now. Thomas brings it in. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a 1st down. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Got a man open. It's Thomas. It's a touchdown for the Lions. Michael Thomas. His 9th touchdown this season. And the Saints have taken the lead. Well, he scrambled outside the pocket. Wonder what was going to happen there. He fired the dart. That's what happened.
He certainly did. He scrambled left, looked left, and it left it in the receiver's hands with some dispatch.
In the receiver's hands, in the end zone for the score. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's Michael Thomas who ends it with a touchdown reception. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Stafford on 1st down. Trying to find Kupp, but it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
And it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing real.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. to the line now. Another try after the first down sack. Dalton, and that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Rolling to his left. Throwing the comeback route. He's got the hook up to Thomas. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Out to his left. He's got Thomas yet again, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Rams set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail here as we resume play. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll go again here with Akers. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
Holding offense.
So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Here's Riley Dixon now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Play action here with Dalton. This is complete on the comebacker, Thomas. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. And quickly, they get to the line. Dalton bootlegs out. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans. Rolling along here in the third quarter. 2nd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Andy Dalton. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Dalton's throw complete there to Johnson. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 26. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Play fake. Here's Dalton. Again, it's Johnson. Touchdown, Saints. Jerron Johnson, 26 yards. And the Saints are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Lutz good on the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. L.A. set to take over again on offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Now here's a throw that's complete. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing is Stafford. And his throw here's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Back to throw. Stafford. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. And penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. On 1st down, it's Stafford. Throw left side, complete to Kupp. So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Stafford. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off the fake to Akers, here's Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. The Saints say they have it, and they do. And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline is still scratching his head. Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve. And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning. All right, let's see what Dalton can do after the fumble recovery. On the move to his left. That is pulled in by Michael Thomas. Touchdown! Michael Thomas. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Wants to try and end the PAT. And the lead is now 24. Well, they got the ball in great field position. 1 play later, boom, end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Stafford. Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Stafford on 3rd down. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. again is Stafford. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Stafford. And that is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now it's Stafford. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 38-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Stafford now to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Stafford. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out on 3rd. Now Stafford. And that will be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break. And you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. Touchdown, L.A. Van Jefferson, 38 yards. And the Rams are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. But still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure. But that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than 1 play ready, because you may need multiples throughout the ball game. There's a great example right there.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Throwing on 2nd and long. Stafford, now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Stafford. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. One last throw here for Stafford. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time is run out on this ball game. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Saints, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, for Los Angeles, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs.